My name is Oshri Emil. I'm 33 years old, and I'm a member of Bet Chabad Kosenluk. I was brought up in a very traditional but non-religious household. When I was 14 years old, we had just moved to Kosenluk from Saint Laurent, so shortly after my bar mitzvah. And my mother and I were in my house preparing for the holiday of Pesach. And all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door, and we go to the door and we see two young religious men with black hats and black suits. And they ask to speak to the man of the house. And so me, as a single child with no father in the house either, so I cheekily looked at them and said, I'm the man of the house. And they said, well, here's some matzah shmura, and told us that whenever we want to come to pray, we're always welcome at the Bet Chabad of Kosenluk. And I ended up taking them up on the offer. So fast forward 20 years, my relationship with Hashem was quite up and down. But thanks to my mother and thanks to the education that my mother gave me, and also thanks to Chabad, I always knew that the Torah was the right way and the Torah is the right path. And so, unfortunately, in June of 2023, my mom was diagnosed with cancer again for a second time. Unfortunately, my mother passed away from the cancer. And I knew that from that point on, I would have an obligation to do Kaddish for her. So I am an only child, and I knew that it was the right thing. And even though I was a little further away from the religion at that time, I still took it upon myself to change my life up for the next year. I told myself that I wanted to take every opportunity in order to do good and to do mitzvot. And I initially started doing mitzvot. I was thinking about me a lot, so I started putting on tefillin for myself. I started keeping kosher. I started keeping Shabbat. And then for a second I stopped and I thought of the one mitzvah that Chabad went out of their way to do for me, and that's ultimately what allowed me to connect with my Judaism on a much deeper level. From that point on, the mindset shifted to how can I now help another Jew to become even a little bit more connected to Torah and mitzvot and Hashem than what they were. Because I saw the good that even one small mitzvah did for me. So if I can have that impact on someone else in the same way, then that's like the biggest merit for me.
Kol Yisrael arevin zeh bozeh. Alle Jiden seien zusammengemischt, bis wann? Die Zusammenmischung ist in Asamien Reifenmann bis an Nord. Für die Jüdischkeit von der zweiten Jiden, als Mekarev seiner Jidens Jüdischkeit zu lima der Teire vekim ha-mitzvit, worem ha-meise hu ha-yiker.
And so slowly but surely, I started to try and think of other Jews. What can I do to get someone to come to synagogue? How can I help someone put on tefillin? Is there anything that I can do to make another Jew yotze in their mitzvah? The Rebbe said something very powerful once. Every Jew is a diamond. You might have a little bit of dust on the diamond, but every Jew is inherently connected to Hashem. Every Jew has a neshama, and that neshama is mamash chelek eloka mima'ala.
Yeah, but I want to know if there's anything that I should be doing now for my mission on this earth to help bring the Mashiach.
To spread Yiddishkeit around you as much as possible.
My pleasure.
In pleasant way, not by forcing people, but in a pleasant way to influence people by showing a living example and by persuading them by pleasant words.
The Bachurim were setting up at Cavendish Mall, putting together the packages of matzah shmura that they were going to go deliver to all of the houses in Kosenluk, one of the Rebbe's really big initiatives. As the Bachurim were there packing the matzahs, an elderly lady that was passing in front of them, she looked at them kind of disappointed and said something on the lines of, you know, you guys make so many boxes of matzah and I didn't get matzah this year. And so the Bachurim were perplexed because their mission is to really go and distribute this matzah to every Jew in Kosenluk. Bachurim ended up discovering that this lady didn't have a mezuzah at her door, so how could they have known to put the matzah in front of her door? I ended up telling this story to my wife. And my wife ended up repeating the story at work. And one of her colleagues continues to mention that oh, that's crazy. I moved into my place like 3 years ago, and I have my mezuzah, but it's in a box, and I forgot to put it up. It's good that you reminded me. And when she told me this, I said, it's crazy. Like, I know this guy personally. So I got in touch with him and I said, hey, I got wind that you don't have your mezuzah up in your house. Is that true? He says, yes. I was able to help this Jew put up his mezuzah.
As a viele meise echo, a viele dibur echo, a viele machshova achas, idoder bei der chiv, a jire odem atzmi shokru, v'chol oelam kuli shokru, und der ein und einzige meise oder dibur oder der machshova, is machria atzmi, v'chol oelam kuli in gleich misayim, as der Ruf bringt Hatzola, wie Yeshua, bis das bringt Hatzola, wie Yeshua Amitim. Agila Hamitis war schlimmer, alledei Meshiach Tzidkenu.
It just goes to show that one mitzvah, no matter how big or how small you think that mitzvah is, you have no idea how that can impact someone's life. And me at the time, I didn't know that one matzah shmura was going to change the outcome of my whole path of life, my whole path of Judaism. But ultimately, it made me the person that I am now. It made me the fact that I'm connected the way that I am now is in part thanks to my mom, but in also it's a really big thanks to Bet Chabad of Kotz Luk and our dear Rebbe, who loved and cared for each and every single Jew, no matter their background, no matter where they come from. Don't ever underestimate the power of one mitzvah, no matter how big or how small. Now is your chance to be the light.